So I just left the police station because I was being harassed last night over the phone. My townhome complex called me and let me know that my husband had paid some of them out, but was owing like anywhere from like $400 to the apartment. And they said, hey, when can we get a payment? I was just like, well, I know that, he'll pay you whenever. I don't know him to just not pay. So I shared with him that he'll pay whenever that money comes in. But since I don't I pay the rent, he does, then I'll give you his number. So moving forward, you can reach out to him. And they said, is there any way you can give us a date or give us a window? And I was just like, he normally pays, and you guys on time. We've been living here for 9 years, and he'll do that. He normally does, and that's how he'll pay you guys on time. And if there's any delay, he's normally going to give you that money as soon as he makes the money. So there isn't a date or a time, but you'll get it very soon. I know that it's heavy on his heart if he hasn't paid you in full. So they said, okay, well, please let us know. And I said, okay. So they obviously just didn't want to reach out to my husband. Maybe they had already reached out to him and were trying to reach out to me, just to say that they, called everyone, in our unit. I sent that text over to my husband. My husband called me, didn't want to answer. I just felt like the text was clear. One, because I spent so much time trying to construct it and make sure he knows that this is what they said, they called, and this is what I said. So for him to, and also I felt like he ignored the text. So, and I also knew where I was in my patience. So he called. I didn't want to pick up, but I picked up, and he was just like, well, why did you call them? And I was like, you're starting off with accusing me. Then I was just like, I did not call them, but I'm just letting you know that, and I feel like when I do that, I'm contributing to the outcome I don't want. Oh, I didn't call them. Instead of just repeating, they called. Instead of saying I didn't do this, I didn't do that, just say, the apartment called. They wanted to have a date, and I shared with them that you'll give them the remainder money as soon as possible. He said, I already paid them. So when I pay somebody, the whole office staff need to know. And I said, yeah, you're right. I agree with that. He was like, but why are you talking to them now? And I said, the office called. And so on the other end, he received it as I was ignoring what he was saying and not acknowledging that, his question. And I shared with him that when he feels the need to accuse, he's going to have to ask me questions, but they can't be accusatory. Most accusations are a question. They're assuming already that you did something negative or something wrong. And so I just communicated that to him. I should have given him an example, because that's the way he talks to me. It's accusing. It's just in a form of accusing me. So he went off, started hollering, yelling, and then I hung up the phone. And then biblical about, you have to hear that. There's nothing biblical that the wife or the husband has to hear the badgering of the other person, the harassment of the other person. So I think even in that, I can respectfully be like, and I cannot hear this. And so I'm ending the call and then just hang up. He came home maybe about 30 minutes after that. And I wanted to go file a police report. File for divorce yesterday morning, and I keep finding myself distracted. I ended up having a dental appointment that was 3 months ago, and I went and did that, and was like, I don't have to do something that isn't scheduled today, right now at this time. Ended up going to the dental appointment. No longer went to downtown to file. In the evening, ended up having to, and I talked with a community group member that entire time after my dental appointment, until like the evening when I had to go pick up my kids. And that's a whole different mind frame, because they're like, this is what I did, Mom, can we do this, can we go to the library, blah blah blah. And so I'm more catering to them and their needs, and I wouldn't take them to downtown and begin to do that process. I don't think that's a place for you to take my age kids. And the last thing I want them to do is to be following that process and that step. So I said I'm going to file a police report for harassment and for harassment and badgering yesterday over the phone. Turns out that I tried to do it over the online, and they were like, no, you have to do it over the phone. So my husband had come home at that time, and he tried to continue hollering at me. So I called a girlfriend that would actually call the police if anything went down. I don't think that he would have gotten physical at all. I definitely think that he would have just tried to harass me, try to be a bully, try to come up close, try to threaten me, try to be intimidating to me. That's the way he likes to bully people, bully me anyway. He probably, who knows if he does it to other people. I know he does it to other women. I've seen him when we went to pick up a chair that we were trying to offer up, and he was trying to get her to bring the price down, and he was stepping all in her face. It was like, no, make it cheaper. And I was like, dude, how are you not in jail? What are you doing out here? And so I didn't file the report yesterday, so I went to so I went to the police station right now. But actually, when I got up this morning, my catalytic converter was stolen off of my truck for the second time. And so I started off with that, and then they gave me a sheet to file a report, and I couldn't do it there. They gave me what am I supposed to mail it in or something? I don't know. They just gave me the address. They were like, hey, I went to the police station, and they printed out a sheet of paper on how I can do it online. You can't do it? You was sitting at the desk when I was... Anyway, so that's it for the catalytic converter. And my catalytic converter, it's making this huge rumble noise. Sound. It sounds like it's at the check engine light is on. The sensors are off. It says that I need to go see my dealer. The dashboard says check my sonar. Sometimes the fob is working, sometimes it's not. This morning, but when I asked the police officer about all yelling that happens for a lot of for at least maybe like 3 or 4 hours throughout the day or the evening, whenever he just gets ignited, then the police officer was like, well, that's a marital dispute. That's not something that you can go to the justice of the peace of. That's not something you can file a report on. How is it that somebody's peace of mind is less valuable than a catalytic converter? That completely blows my mind. And not only does it blow my mind, but I feel like I need to just let it go, even though I can't. It's not just annoying. It is these constant repetitive instances of bullying are making me want to fight back. And if I feel like I don't want to fight back and I go arm myself with a gun or BB gun or something, I'll feel so justified, because I am trying so many options. I am trying so many things. By going to the police, by relinquishing, taking this issue into my own hands and going to authorities. I've gone to the Justice of the Peace. The Justice of the Peace said that this doesn't qualify as something enough for us to go in and submit a warrant for him for any mental reasons. I've gone to the police, and they've said that this isn't enough for us to file a police report. I've gone to my parents, and they've just told me, well, you know what, just try to be silent. The thing is I am silent because it's no longer an argument, and I've now arrived at the point to where I'm just like, wait, you're saying that this is a dispute or an argument, but that requires two. In order for an argument to happen, it has to be two. I'm not saying anything. Nothing is being said while this person is calling me names, hollering, yelling, coming around me. And then he does this kind of gesture where he's like puffing his arms up and really demonstrating the spreading of his body and illustrating like his manliness or something. I'm so annoyed by this and ticked off by this, that I just feel like, because I go to God in prayer, that something, I would see it, but I would see an evidence of in my heart, not in my heart or in my mind, like visibly on this person. He'd be like, you know what, let me calm down. But what I'm seeing is that, you know what, let me just forget it. Just completely forget that this person is doing anything at all. Because I literally, but I also feel like that's not a spiritual strength. I feel like I don't have any other option. Because I am going to places to reprimand my spouse. I am going to someone, hey, can you come do this? Hey, can you write him up? Hey, can you have this noted? And they like, oh, that ain't nothing. Oh, okay. So men and women can just get hollered at and name called and just badgered and just refrain, just be, what does he do? He'll just be like, oh, well, you can't have access to my finances. You still need to have sex with me. Oh, you can't have access to your children, but you still need to be cleaning up this whole house. You can't have access to my time or my person, but I still need you to be present and be checking me when I'm driving down the street. Oh, I saw you turn on Greenville. Okay, because I have a car, and then that's a road, and so I drove down there. He'd be like, oh, you cheating on me. For him to just, again, his accusing is so, it's such a manifestation of how insecure he is. But again, ain't nobody finna check him. Can't nobody do nothing. And I just gotta do nothing. Whew. And that's it. Whew, that's hard. Lord, I pray right now for myself and other men and women all over the globe and the planet, Lord God, who are just in a situation to where the information hasn't been revealed. What can be done? We don't know, Lord God. Continue to dispense your hope within us, around us. Help us, Lord God, to remain encouraged in you and to not give up our heavenly crown for these earthly trials and tribulations. In the name of Jesus, amen.